New tonight, leaders gathered in Greenville to prepare for the upcoming Martin Luther King Jr. holiday celebration with a symbolic walk across the Liberty Bridge downtown. The event runs January 14th through the 17th.
New tonight, this coming weekend, the Greenville community will honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with the MLK Dream Weekend. And tomorrow, a diversity banquet will officially start the annual festivities. Lauren Elise talked to one upstate woman who's a strong believer of King's message and is hoping this year's events will be different from the rest.
Dr. Judith Prince, a lifelong educator, attends the diversity banquet each year. After last year's banquet, she wanted to make a change. She wanted all of Greenville represented.
To me, Martin Luther King had so much to say and gave so much, his life even, for all of humanity. So I wanted to see a diversity of Greenville represented at the banquet itself.
Dr. Prince now sits on the diversity committee, and they've been working all year long to make sure Friday night is a true reflection of Dr. King's dream.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
This year, there will be many USC upstate students there, as well as members of Greenville's Asian and Hispanic communities. This year marks the 25th anniversary of the MLK federal holiday, and Dr. Prince says because of that, we've got to work especially hard to make younger generations aware of who he was and how he changed America.
I'm using that milestone as a way of saying to people, use this opportunity to rededicate yourself to Martin Luther King's dream, to continuing to honor his work and his legacy. I have always been interested in diversity.
We will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together.
He has always been a hero to me. If you listen to his words, if you read what he has written, he was in many ways so well before his time in messages that even resonate today.
I'm Lauren Elise, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.
The keynote speaker at tomorrow's banquet is legendary football coach Herman Boone, whose story was the inspiration behind the movie Remember the Titans. If you would like to attend, you can find a link to the Dream Weekend on our website, foxcarolina.com. Coming up tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, we'll take a look at how the MLK Dream Weekend inspired one local woman to reach out to the community. We'll explain how Tracy Fant is touching the lives of teens online. New tonight, hundreds gathered tonight in a show of unity to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His birthday will be celebrated Monday, and his legacy is being remembered through the MLK Dream Weekend. Fox Carolina's Jennifer Phillips live in our newsroom tonight with what many say should be the message today. Jen.
Hey, Trent, those we talked to say it should be all about peace and unity, and tonight's keynote speaker told the crowd that Dr. King's message is still needed, but for some, it has fallen on deaf ears.
Thousands attended the March on Washington back in August 1963, and at the steps of the Lincoln Memorial,
We will be free one day.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his I Have a Dream speech.
We've got all kinds of tragedies in this country, and somebody better stop, look, and listen, and go back to the old-fashioned ways of Dr. Martin Luther King.
Herman Boone remembers this time well. He lived it and found a way to unify a high school football team in Virginia during a time of racial tension. His story was told through the movie Remember the Titans, and his struggles captured on screen by actor Denzel Washington.
What happened to me in Virginia when I was called upon to lead this football team, I stressed that you must accept the soul of a person rather than reject that person based on what he looks like.
He's the keynote speaker at the MLK Diversity Banquet in Greenville.
I don't think it's ever too late to have a conversation.
And those who believe in the dream say it's important to keep it alive.
I just believe that it's the truth that he represented, that of unity, that of love, that of the maximizing of individuals' potential, nonviolence. Those are truths that are timeless.
For some, it's a new experience.
Without him, we may not be able to be together. So I think it's great that we're like this because of him.
For others, a time to reflect.
And this just shows the unity, the diverse backgrounds, the different people that are here, and the love that God showed us, and we're pouring it back into people.
And a time to encourage.
There are several events honoring Dr. King. For a list, you can log on to our website, foxcarolina.com. Live in the newsroom, Jennifer Phillips, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.
New tonight, tomorrow will mark 25 years since Martin Luther King Jr. Day was made a federal holiday. It would have been Dr. King's 82nd birthday. Fox Carolina's Lauren Elise introduces us to one woman who is remembering Dr. King's dream while realizing her own.
Tracy Fant grew up in Detroit and met several people that were key players in the civil rights movement. That's what inspired her nonprofit work here in Greenville.
Moving here, it was a big transition for me because although people had dreams and spoke of dreams, there weren't a lot of people trying to build up on those dreams.
Tracy was the 2010 winner of the MLK Dream Contest. In an essay, she spoke beautifully about how King's dream inspired her own decades after his death.
It doesn't take a large amount of people to make a movement. It takes a few people. It takes a group of people that believe in that movement and believe in that vision.
Tracy's vision is to help children and teenagers with dating violence, bullying, gangs, and most importantly, teach them how to make better decisions. She's doing that with ThinkTwice.org.
We work very hard to improve not only the children that we come in contact on a daily basis, but also the children that just have the need for someone to just talk to them, if only for a moment.
Tracy wants to inspire the children whose lives she touches, just like Dr. King did for her. It's a dream she says she may never fully reach. I'm Lauren Elise, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.
MLK's Dream Weekend wraps up tomorrow. If you'd like to participate, visit our website, foxcarolina.com. Click on the As Seen On section and look for MLK Dream Weekend.
Across the upstate, people came together today to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday.
Free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free.
Students from Legacy Charter School recited King's I Have a Dream speech to kick off the Dreams in Action workshops at Greenville High. The workshops range from health to leadership to home ownership. This year marks the 25th anniversary of the Dr. King holiday.
Haven't treated this year any particularly different, but we do hope that throughout the years we can continue to grow this effort and also to have different initiatives throughout the year and not just on the weekend of King's holiday.
The event was part of the MLK Dream Weekend, and next year organizers are hoping to have more activities throughout the year, not just around the MLK holiday. Hundreds gathered today in Greenville to mark the 21st anniversary of the Martin Luther King holiday.
Free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Students from Legacy Charter School recited Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech to kick off the Dreams in Action workshops at Greenville High. The workshops range from health to leadership to home ownership. The event was part of the MLK Dream Weekend. We spoke with members of the Greenville chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, who are just one of the longtime sponsors of the Dream Weekend.
We definitely believe in bridging the gap as far as young people are concerned with the legacy of Martin Luther King so that we will know our heritage.
I think young people, they kind of know the basics about Dr. King, you know, he was a civil rights leader, that kind of thing, but they don't really know the story behind him and what a great man he is.
This marks the 6th anniversary of the MLK Dream Weekend in Greenville. Next year, organizers are hoping to have more activities throughout the entire year, not just around the MLK holiday.